Antisocial behavior is a trait of intelligence in a world full of conformists. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. A new idea must not be judged by its immediate results. I could only achieve success in my life through self-discipline, and I applied it until my wish and my will became one. My brain is only a receiver. In the universe there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration. I have not penetrated into the secrets of this core, but I know that it exists. Be alone. That is the secret of invention. Be alone. That is when ideas are born. We all make mistakes, and it is better to make them before we begin. Of all the frictional resistances, the one that most retards human movement is ignorance. Our entire biological system, the brain, and the earth itself work on the same frequencies. Love, I recognize the emotion for what it is, an irrational self-destructive impulse, which is disguised as joy. If your hate could be turned into electricity, it would light up the whole world. Each day we go to our work in the hope of discovering. Our senses enable us to perceive only a minute portion of the outside world. The idea came like a flash of lightning, and in an instant the truth was revealed. Peace can only come as a natural consequence of universal enlightenment. Alpha waves in the human brain are between 6 and 8 Hz. The wave frequency of the human cavity resonates between 6 and 8 Hz. All biological systems operate in the same frequency range. The human brain's alpha waves function in this range, and the electrical resonance of the Earth is between 6 and 8 Hz. Thus, our entire biological system, the brain, and the Earth itself work on the same frequencies. If we can control that resonate system electronically, we can directly control the entire mental system of humankind. The desire that guides me, and all I do is the desire to harness the forces of nature to the service of mankind. To know each other, we must reach beyond the sphere of our sense perceptions. If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have the key to the universe. The gift of mental power comes from God, divine being, and if we concentrate our minds on that truth, we become in tune with this great power. My mother had taught me to seek all truth in the Bible. The beauty and the scent of roses can be used as a medicine, and the sun rays as a food. The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence. Originality thrives in seclusion, free of outside influences. It will soon be possible to transmit wireless messages around the world, so simply that any individual can carry and operate his own apparatus. It's not the love you make, it's the love you give. Let the future tell the truth and evaluate each one according to his work and accomplishments. The present is theirs, the future, for which I have really worked, is mine. If your hate could be turned into electricity, it would light up the whole world. I don't care that they stole my idea. I care that they don't have any of their own. My brain is only a receiver. In the universe there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration. The scientists of today think deeply instead of clearly. One must be sane to think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane. All that was great in the past was ridiculed, condemned, combated, suppressed, only to emerge all the more powerfully, all the more triumphantly from the struggle. Our virtues and our failings are inseparable, like force and matter. When they separate, man is no more. I do not think you can name many great inventions that have been made by married men. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. The feeling is constantly growing on me that I had been the first to hear the greeting of one planet to another. Life is and will ever remain an equation, incapable of solution, but it contains certain known factors. Most persons are so absorbed in the contemplation of the outside world that they are wholly oblivious to what is passing on within themselves. As I review the events of my past life, I realize how subtle are the influences that shape our destinies. The individual is ephemeral. Races and nations come and pass away, but man remains. Most certainly, some planets are not inhabited, but others are, and among these there must exist life under all conditions and phases of development. Though free to think and act, we are held together, like the stars in the firmament, with ties inseparable. These ties cannot be seen, but we can feel them. So astounding are the facts in this connection, that it would seem as though the Creator himself had electrically designed this planet. Everyone should consider his body as a priceless gift from one whom he loves above all. Uncleanliness, which breeds disease and death, is not only a self-destructive but highly immoral habit. In the 21st century, the robot will take the place which slave labor occupied in ancient civilization. The opinion of the world does not affect me. I have placed as the real values in my life what follows when I am dead. Every effort under compulsion demands a sacrifice of energy. I never paid such a price. Woman will ignore precedent and startle civilization with their progress. No free energy device will ever be allowed to reach the market. All matter comes from a primary substance, the luminiferous ether. I do not think you can name many great inventions that have been made by married men. It's not the love you make, it's the love you give. Electric power is everywhere present in unlimited quantities and can drive the world's machinery without the need of coal, oil, gas, or any other of the common fuels. My mother understood human nature better and never chided it. She knew that a man cannot be saved from his own foolishness or vice by someone else's efforts or protests, but only by the use of his own will. Though free to think and act, we are held together, like the stars in the firmament, with ties inseparable. These ties, but instinct is something which transcends knowledge. We have, undoubtedly, certain finer fibers that enable us to perceive truths when logical deduction or any other willful effort of the brain is futile. Great moments are born great opportunity. Nature may reach the same result in many ways. The Buddhist expresses it in one way, the Christian in another, but both say the same: we are all one. My wireless transmitter does not use Hertzian waves, which are a grievous myth, but sound waves in the ether. Perhaps I failed, but I did my best. These masters of mine may do the rest. When wireless is fully applied, the earth will be converted into a huge brain capable of response in every one of its parts. Is nature a giant cat? If so, who strokes its back? Einstein's relativity work is a magnificent mathematical garb which fascinates, dazzles, and makes people blind to the underlying errors. The theory is like a beggar clothed in purple, whom ignorant people take for a king. Its exponents are brilliant men, but they are metaphysicists rather than scientists. Invention is the most important product of man's creative brain. The ultimate purpose is the complete mastery of mind over the material world, the harnessing of human nature to human needs.